Hello, my name is Merida Bohanimus, and this is my situational analysis on SWOT. What is SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is a way of looking at a business, organization, or product service in a thorough way to identify how a new venture can be successful through detailed analysis and research. We can use SWOT analysis or SWOT analysis not only to analyze an actual company, but also to analyze ourselves and our competitors in an industry that we want to break into. This will help us create a greater advantage over the things we can and cannot control. I'll explain it more on the next slide. So when and why to use SWOT? SWOT is a great brainstorming tool. It's a brainstorming form of analysis that can help use detailed analysis to set up a new venture or to reevaluate an existing venture. For instance, if you're interested in breaking into a new industry, using this type of analysis will really help you understand your internal strengths, your external weaknesses, and make the best bang for your buck in an investment. Additionally, if you already have a company, this can be a really great tool to use when looking to reevaluate your company and see where you can refocus your energies. Lastly, it will really show where you can gain advantages as well as where you can place that extra emphasis on resources to overcome a shortcoming in a business or potential investment. So the little chart here, if you see, we have strengths in the blue circle. Green is the weaknesses, yellow opportunities, and pink, we'll call it for threats. So for both the blue and the green, the two on top, those are going to be internal focused. And for the yellow and the pink, those are going to be, or purple, those are going to be external focused. For the strengths and the opportunities, the blue and the yellow, those are going to be helpful. And then our weaknesses and our threats, the green and the purple, will be hurtful. So starting with strengths, things you'd want to think of are things that your company or your position where you already do well, qualities that separate you from others, additionally, anything that's going to set you apart from your competitors, internal resources, so if you have really awesome bosses, great HR, or you just have an awesome marketing team, these are going to be labeled in your strengths, so knowledgeable staff. And then also tangible assets, such as if you have intellectual property, if you have a great capital or financial portfolio, or certain technologies that set you apart from others. These are all going to be strengths. Moving on to your weaknesses. Nobody necessarily likes to talk about their weaknesses. However, it's really important when you are looking at yourself or your company or a prospective company and get really detailed in what your weaknesses are. So think about what you're lacking. If you were speaking to a company to hire you or a possible customer to hire you, what would they think your weaknesses are? Things that your competitors do better than you, or in the industry that other existing companies do better than what yours could possibly do. Also think about your resource limitations. So if you have no space to work in right now, or your parking lot is not very big, think about your resource limitations. And then additionally, you're going to want to have to think about your position. If you're selling a service or selling a good, if it's not unique, if it's not clear to your customer, this would be considered a weakness. Moving right along to opportunities, this is really a fun part. Again, this is the external things that you don't have that much control over, but that you can use to your advantage, and then they're helpful things. So if you are starting a business in an industry where you have very few competitors, that's going to be an opportunity for you. If you have an underserved market in your area for either a specific service or a specific product, that's going to be an opportunity. Knowing when you're researching and analyzing your opportunities, you really need to know your market and the industry that you're in. Emerging need for your products or services. So for instance, if a new birthing center opens up because there's a new plant nearby and many families are settling in, that could be an opportunity. And then additionally, if there's a lot of press or media coverage for your company, if you can get tied in with either events that are happening in the local community, that'll help the local populace know your brand, know your name better. So having really good press media coverage is something you do have some control over, but it's really tying in that person or that company that's going to be able to help you push that press. And then lastly, moving on to threats. This is outside of your control. They're hurtful things. Emerging competitors. So if you're in, again, a new industry and multiple people think like you, maybe multiple people went into the same business at the same time. I really think of this as the e-smoking, e-cigarettes came out. I saw lots of these shops pop up and many of them closed down almost within a fortnight. Not exactly a fortnight, but you get my drift, within the next few months. Negative press or media coverage, again, that goes back with the opportunities. If you get really bad negative press or media coverage, and this goes in with like Yelp reviews and Google reviews as well, that can be a threat. Considering your customer base, if a customer changes an attitude towards your company, and that person is really influential, or it's just multiple people, that can be a threat to your company as well. And then lastly, just like governmental regulatory environments, these are threats as well that have to be considered. So that's really how you would do your SWOT analysis for a company, a potential business venture or investing opportunity. And that is all I have. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this was Merida Bohanimis. I did this screencast for ENT 610, which is Entrepreneurial Creation. You can follow me down there, and I'll have the link dropped below as well at magnafortuna.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.